it's kind of concept of if you go to a city, try to make peace first, right? That's what it offers first. And then if they want to rebel against you, then, then destroy them, But what's interesting to me is that the very beginning of the chapter is basically a list of things. It says the priest is supposed to go out before they go to battle. The priest goes out to the army and he makes a proclamation, right?
Excuse me.
He says, has anyone, just built a house, planted a vineyard, got engaged? Those three things, any of that? Okay, well, leave, go back and enjoy those things, right? And then he says, further, if you're afraid, go home. And I think that's a big deal. Yeah. You don't see that in militaries today in any nation. And in fact, in some of the more dramatic conquest or battles and wars in history, you've got, people fleeing the battle lines only to be killed by their own soldiers as deserters as they're fleeing.
Yeah, it's very well known. Russia in World War II. Yeah. That was their policy. Is if you there was like one gun for every 5 soldiers, so it was natural for a lot of these people who were just conscripted into the army, who didn't even have weapons, to want to run. But the penalty was you were shot. You were shot if you fled. Yeah. It's a terrible mentality to have. If
and some of these guys battles. Are like 18 years old guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the father, even during bad stuff like battles, right, and war, the father has these provisions built in that even if you're just afraid, right, you can just go home and fight again another day, so to speak, right? So I think it's fascinating to me that that's just he doesn't force anybody to do anything. If you're, he wants to go and make war against the Jebusites, the Canaanites, the Amorites, these other nations they want to drive out of the land, he's bringing the army up there. He's not going to make you do it. So basically what's left is those who want to be there. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I just think that this is a piece of information that could be overlooked because people, they want to use these battles in the Old Testament for the fodder for atheists and for people that criticize Scripture and they criticize Yahweh in the Scriptures and His decisions, and they never talk about this part, right? They never talk about the fact that He didn't make anyone even fight for Him, And so it's all about willingness. He wants your heart in it. He doesn't want to make you do anything because He's a good Father, as Jesus said, right? He's a good Father.